Aries. Hi, thanks for joining me. We're going to be doing your tarot today. For mid-February, we're going to be doing a reading on love and career / money, because those two go hand in hand. If you've never been to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. There are so many tarot readers and great ones on YouTube, so I really appreciate your time, and I really want to make it worth it to you. And for those of you guys who have subscribed and liked my videos, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys coming back, and I'm going to make it worth it to you too. You're not exempt from that last statement. All right, so let's start with career first, then we're going to move to love. We're going to get some idea of what's going on for you, and then we'll get some advice from tarot. So career for Aries for mid-month, February 2023. Full steam ahead with the Chariot card, big major arcana message coming out. Wow, victory. 6 of Wands, I love victory. You're going to be very victorious in something. You don't want to sit on your laurels too long, you know, but people are going to notice. This will be in front of people. So, I think that there is a triumph here. This is fast-moving energy, and if you're in a competitive industry especially, I think this is going to be something you've worked hard for, and you're going to get a big congratulations from the universe. You have the Hermit card coming out, which is kind of following one's inner guide, following some... I'm going to take that. So what this feels like is, yes, you have this big triumphant moment, mid-February, we're getting these messages for. And it's almost as if, like, when you leave the congratulations and the pats on the back and you go home, you're faced with something, a truth. Like, you're wondering if you've done enough. I think that there's this offer, this fresh offer coming towards you, a creative thing that you want to do that would make you so happy, it would almost like round out your life. And it could be a creative thing, because cups, they rule over all the arts. And so there might be, if you guys want to be singing and dancing or painting or you know, throwing pots and doing ceramics, if you guys want to be weaving rugs, you know, like something creative or crafty, it really makes you feel happy and kind of fulfilled, then I think that you're going to really consider listening to that. You have Aries coming out here, and Aries energy with the Emperor card. So this is really taking strides to move forward. It's like this triumphant moment, this little victory gives you such a wonderful feeling, but you're like, I would like that in other areas as well. So, you know, it's not like you're not going to be satisfied for very long, which is a really great thing, because you're like, I'd like more of that, please. And I'd like it in all these other areas. And it would make me feel really great if it were this beautiful creative thing. And there's this offer, there's this real beautiful creative passionate offer. This would be a passion, like you want to turn it into, you want to take it from just a hobby or a passion to something you could, you know, make money at, that could support you. But either way, just doing it and having time to do it, that would be very fulfilling. Anything else? Being your own boss. You might be starting a side business. You might be considering starting a side business. Of course, that comes with a little anxiety. Take it from me. There's some 9 of Swords. You're overthinking, maybe. It's like something woke up the beast in you. Blessing and a curse, right? There's going to be an epiphany. So this message coming through. Now, this could be from the words of, you know, out of somebody else's mouth, but this could also be just a realization. I think this realization is just going to really hit you. That like, wait a minute, if I applied all the things that granted me success in this area, if I looked at that like a template and I smacked it right over here on top of this passion I have, what could happen, right? Like if I took this formula of success and I put it on here and I put it on here and here, I could have success in all these other areas. So it's going to be getting your wheels turning. It's woken up the beast. So, fresh deck, let's get advice for Aries, mid-month, February 2023. Advice and career. Messages, travel possibly. Very happy, wonderful. I want to ask a question from Tarot. We have 5 of Pentacles, which is a scarcity feeling. So I want to ask, what's that? Okay, so you might feel like you don't have the amount of money in your bank account that you would like for this, but you are, rest assured, leaving choppy waters, going into smooth waters with the 6 of Swords. That's really beautiful. And you're going to be getting messages very soon. You're going to be very happy with the 9 of Cups. And this could be travel. This could be messages from afar, but coming in quick. So via text or something like that. I'm getting this feeling of like, if others know what you want, they will help you. Kind of like one of those Field of Dreams situations. But yeah, with a magician. This is spinning wheat into gold. This is, you have actually all the resources at your fingertips. So you're going to be like in this place of strategy. You can call it stress or strategy. You know, if you try to push it off and the beast is woken up and the wheels are turning and you try to just kind of, you know, push it out, that's going to create anxiety, right? But if you allow yourself just to like listen to it and maybe, even if you have to get to sleep and you're like, gosh, I can't stop thinking and I just need to get to sleep, you know, write it down, put it down somewhere so that you can pick it up later and you can rest assured that it'll be waiting for you later. But I think that if you're doing this anyway, you might as well recognize that you have everything that you need actually at your fingertips. This is a time of strategy. That you're actually not super scarce. This is a scarcity mindset, right? I just need to save my pennies, pull it all in, and you know, keep all that energy in and keep all my. And so, yeah, saving might be wise and like not overspending, but you have it again. You've got the Ace of Cups. So this is this passion knocking at the door. Listen to it. 9 of Swords again with the Hermit again. Yes, go in. Allow yourself to go in, sweeties. It's so calling you. This is so calling you. You had it before. It's just repeating itself at this point. It's like, come on, dummy. You're not the dummy. They're talking to the reader. Yeah. So it's like, listen to it. And if it's bothering you, you're like, feel like that wheel's turning and I can't even fall asleep. Just write it down, you know? So that's advice from Tarot. Very exciting, you guys. Take yourselves seriously. And you know, it is so annoying when you get an idea or inspiration just digs its claws into you and you're like, dang it, can't stop thinking about it. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to change my life a little to do this. But you look back at those moments years later and you're like, wow, I'm so glad I listened to myself. You got the Hermit twice. Love for Aries, mid-month, February 2023. Aries, love. So we just let the cards fly out the way that they want. We don't try to force anything, and we want the cards to volunteer. These are real flyers too. They're spinning out and flying about. So we've got you might be in love. There might be maybe a recent disappointment you're just working through. But that's the word I would use, is working through. This all looks really positive. We've got the Knight of Cups coming through. This is a romantic night. So this is somebody who might be on the sensitive side, maybe youthful side. The Strength card right in the middle there. Just Leo energy reminding you of how strong you are. There is the Knight of Swords, and this is quick moving energy. We're going to want to unpack that for sure. That's communication usually. It's just like, yeah, lots of communication. And we've got the beautiful Star card kind of shining down on you, which is this, if you're worried or hoping or praying or just putting your prayers out there, it's the sense that somebody's listening, you know, that something's listening to you and that your prayers are going to be answered. So that's just the general view of that. We're going to get a card out just to unpack each one. What's this disappointment in Five of Cups? Disappointment for my Aries. Okay, so I think that maybe somebody told you something, or you had to tell somebody else something that just kind of went, oh, you know, it's a bummer, you know. And I don't think it's all too serious. It doesn't look like it's all too serious in this reading. It's different for all of you guys, so take this as it resonates. But it's just kind of a, might have been an argument, might have been just a disagreement, or just a realization. But it doesn't feel like a realization. It feels kind of like gruff, like somebody had to have some tough communications recently. But we've got two people who very much are in their feelings here. So one might be a little bit more immature than the other, I'm just going to say. But they connect with each other in the same way. They are both passionate creatures. They're both, so this would be you and somebody else. And I think that there's a lot of love there. I would like to know more about this Knight of Swords. And actually, I'm going to get a fresh deck for that. So the Knight of Swords, like I said, it's this fast, it can be sometimes impulsive, but it's very much a communication. That's why I think some of you guys are kind of like trying to work through an argument, trying to work through communications, maybe setting some boundaries with one another. But we've got the Sun card coming out, beautiful. And the Two of Pentacles. Some things might need to be reprioritized, and it's just that realization that they do. Because if things kind of keep on going the way that they are, it's going to just be kind of exhausting, and I think that, and disenchanting. So when you stand back from all of this, it's just recalibrating, you know, and when you're in it, it feels kind of like a bummer, like maybe an argument. It comes in the form of a disagreement or somebody just drawing a harsh line in the sand. But this communication, when you stand back from it, it's all very positive. It's the recalibrating that's going to avoid disenchantment and exhaustion later. And that's not me just looking at the sunny side of things. In this tarot reading, like the silver lining is very much a part of the explanation. This is about boundaries. This is about like what both people need in a relationship. And you know, you could look at it like every argument in a relationship is, but this is just kind of like some tough communication. Yeah, and I think that it's important to know that, like, when we get in these places with another, no matter how much we care for them and how much we see that big vision of ourselves in the future, in those moments when we're like this, you know, keeping it all in, it's really hard to keep an open mind. So just be kind to yourselves and forgiving. So advice from tarot, another deck, fresh deck. Aries, advice and love, mid-month, February. The Magician. You got a theme going on here between your career and your love. You have all the resources. You have everything that you need. This is a manifesting time. So this is like a rebuilding time, a manifesting something new time. We have the Tower card, we have the Fool. Talk about newness. something about this, there's a shakeup. Some of you guys are going to be moving where you get the opportunity, but maybe the person you're with or the person you have feelings for is not going to want to move, is not going to want to be, they don't feel enthusiastic or they can't come along with you. I just feel like I have to tell that to some of you guys out there. I don't know, it's not going to be everybody's story. But there's an element of something you couldn't control in all this, and it's really important to recognize what you have control over and what you don't, Aries. And that's why the Tower card is coming out. When the Tower card comes out, and it's one of my favorite cards in the deck, but it's like, strap yourself in, something's, you know, it's this sense that it's like the universe. I always use this analogy, but it's like the universe just comes down and like moves your train off those tracks and sets them on a completely different set of tracks, because that's where your destiny is. Or it's like the universe saying, they're not going to do this on their own, so I'm going to do it for them, you know? And so there's an element of what's going on here that you can't control, and you can't control the other people, right? I mean, of course you know that, but sometimes it's really important to stand back and be like, wait a minute, what elements about this did I have no control over in the first place? Well, you have a real opportunity here to manifest something new, brand new. And when I say new, I mean like you haven't been on this adventure before. You've got all major arcana in your advice. This is definitely like you're getting an opportunity to make some delicious lemonade and love. Knight of Cups flying out. There's romance behind this. There's idealism and romance and passion, righteousness. And there's like this independent card. So some of you guys, you know, I'd have to say always with Justice card, if there is any contracts or anything going on with what you're doing, any legalities, any contracts, it looks very good for you. I just have to say that with the Justice card. But, you know, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. This is being very happy in your independence. So whatever it is that's taking place, it's calling you to grasp onto your independence, to appreciate what you bring to the table, what you do for yourself, but also how capable you are. And say yes to this new journey. Say yes to manifesting it. You manifested this. But, you know, sometimes we're always in collaboration with the universe. And I know that sounds funny because I just said, like, the universe comes down and picks your train up off the tracks. And remember the things that you don't control. But when we're manifesting, that's us recognizing with the universe, like, okay, I'm ready to play now. Are you ready? Okay, let's make something together. Okay, so that's basically what the Magician card is when it comes out in a reading. And this is coming out in your advice section. So yes, this Tower card, this is something, an opportunity or something that shakes up, maybe even like, gosh, I mean, it can be anything. It can be sometimes an eviction notice. It can be like, or an opportunity, like somebody leaving a really wonderful card on your front door saying, hey, I'll buy this house for 3 times of what it's worth, you know, or whatever, an opportunity, something that pops out for you to take on this new adventure. You've been manifesting this. So having faith that it's leading you in the direction that you manifested. Now the universe is just responding. And the Star card, for the second time in your reading, your prayers are being answered. I mean, that's so straight up. You've got the Fool, you've got the Magician, you've got the Tower card, you've got the Sun card in this whole reading, but you've got major arcana all over this. And they're all these really beautiful, righteous major arcana. You are in charge of your life. In love, you're being put into the control seat, for sure. And independence plays a really big role in all of this. Being happy in your independence. Any more advice? It feels good. That's why I don't want to stop the reading. We had these guys before. The Hermit and the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, this is like saving energy for you. This is like putting you first. Yeah. And before you act, before you speak, going inward first, you know, and that means like just pause, take a breath. Before you speak and before you act, before you give that energy away, take a breath, take a pause. Think about what you're going to do. Think about how it feels. Does it feel authentic? And do only what feels authentic. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.